Shalom. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the real true leaders of Israel on earth today. Salutations to you brothers pushing this truth and our four corners of the earth and our truth and sincerity. Now, I just woke up in the morning and it was vexing on my spirit to just know that the world was made for Israel's sakes and we don't possess nothing. Like, we don't have shit. We on the bottom of every city. And a couple scriptures just came to mind, so I'm going to bring them up. This is in the book of the Apocrypha. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 6. And I'm going to just start at 54. It say, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. So everybody know that all the people come from Adam. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. So, let's see who the Most High's chosen people is. I'm going to get that in Jeremiah 1:1. Salaki, I should have had it already turned to the page. Let's see. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. So the chosen people is Israel, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and so on and so forth. So it say, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So we know that the Lord chose Israel. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. So I don't want to get no misconception of who the world was made for. So I'm just go straight to it. This is 2nd Esdras 7 and 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world. So for Israel's sake, he made the world. So the world was made for us, not for these heathen nations. And a couple more scripts from now, I'm going to get why they possess the world. Now, let me see. For our sakes, it say, as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, as hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So we his chosen people, and it say, as for the other people which come from Adam, as all other nations, they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, that's spit. And if you gather all of them up, it don't matter. All the nations, every last single one of them, they are kind of like a drop that falleth from a vessel. Now, verse 57, it say, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, they have always had a reputation as nothing, have began to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, the Lord's people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, and the only begotten, and the fervent lover, are given unto their hands. That's right. He gave us unto their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? So that is a question. Now the answer is in Deuteronomy. So I'm going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. This is Moses talking to the children of Israel. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So let's see some of the curses that would happen if we wouldn't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. Now we know that the world was made for our sakes, but let's see some of the curses. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. And that's exactly what you see. The strangers, these other nations, they above us very high, and we came down very low. That's a curse. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, he gonna be on top, and thou shalt be the tail. We'll be on bottom, huh? We broke the commandments. That's why we on the bottom of every ghetto and looked at as a proverb and a byword. Now this is another curse. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore shalt thou serve their enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. So the Lord sent our enemies against us, and that's why we serving them. That's why they on top and we on the bottom. That's why we don't possess the land that was made for us. And hunger. So when you're hungry, you got to go to your enemies. And thirst. When you thirsty and thirst for something to drink, you have to go to your enemies. And then nakedness. When you need some clothes to put on your back, where do you have to go? To your enemies. And the want of all things, no matter what you want, even though the world was made for our sakes, you have to go to your enemies for the want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he destroyed thee. And we are destroyed as a people. That's exactly why we don't possess this land that was made for us. This world that was made for us. Where's that at? That's in Job. Yeah, man. Now let me get that in Job. Job 9 and 24. The earth that was made for us, for Israelites' sakes, is given into the hand of the wicked. So that's why we don't possess the land, because the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. The Most High gave this earth to these heathen who have ever been reputed as nothing. But it's going to come a point in time when we will possess the land and possess the world. Okay, I got one more point. Okay, now I'm going to jump back to 2nd Ezra 6 and 59. It say, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess it, an inheritance with the world? I explained that. Now this say, how long shall that endure? That's a question. How long do we have to wait and suffer? Now the answer is this: to the kingdom of heaven. Now this say, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, for servants and handmaids. So it's going to be a role switch because now we're not their actual physical slaves, like beating our backs anymore, but we still in slavery. You have to go to your enemy for the want of all things. You are a slave. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So Israel, stay strong. Our time is coming to rule in the kingdom forever and ever and ever. With that, I hope somebody was edified. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that rule well. Salutations to you brothers pushing this truth and all truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. And shalom.